Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kim here, and I was going to just show you a little bit of what I've been up to. And I've got about 3 hours that I have to work so that I can get a little jump start on getting these projects finished. It's so nice outside. It feels like spring is here, and it kind of makes you feel a little bit more behind than I was already feeling. So let's go check out what I have been doing and what still needs to be done. So this is a garden area, and there was a chicken coop right there. The chicken coop has been moved. I didn't get that on film because it was really late. We got it done barely at dark. So, and it was really kind of a nightmare. I don't suggest moving those. It was pretty hard, even with a tractor. I still have the other chicken coop to move. Like I said, it got dark, and we only got the one moved. So the other one's got to go to where the chickens are. It's the one I used after I take them out of the house, which usually I brood them in the house, and that's their kind of grow out coop. I let them see the other chickens. That didn't quite work with the Americanas. The other chickens still don't like them, but they're okay. But that's where they go after the house before they get mingled in with the coop or with the flock. Okay, so this little area over here, the chickens are crazy. I'll show you those. I'll show you the chickens in a minute and talk about that. Okay, so this little area, this is by our shed, and we moved the chicken coop right back there. And we will be getting new animals in about, I don't know, a week or two. And I did get a fence around it, so that's pretty cool, because when you move a chicken coop, especially at night, they don't know where they roost at. And they went back to where the chicken coop was, and they were walking in circles, very confused, and I had to wrangle them one by one and put them in the coop that night. Actually for 2 days till I got the fence up, but last night they all went in, so that worked out well. And if you can see, there's our new rooster, Bojangles. He is so friendly. He's just like a hen. He doesn't even look at me crazy. He doesn't chase me, nothing. But he's really cool. They settle down now. Okay, so back to this area. Okay, so this area is by our shed. And this is basically the path that I'm going to take going out to the animals. The food's going to be in the shed, and I kind of wish it was turned opposite way. But this will work just fine. So this right here is going to be a path all the way back to, all the way through here, all the way back there. And I started clearing it up yesterday. So I got quite a bit done, and I will be planting some cut flowers alongside this shed. I think that's just going to look really pretty. I found that cool stump too, which is actually all hollow inside. So I thought I'd plant something in there. That'd be cool. So, I've got to get that pile right there out of the way. This fence line is going to stay. It was our chicken run, and after we moved it, we only had this one fence left. So that is staying. What I'm planning on doing is growing, I thought about climbing roses, which I might do a climbing rose. I think that would be beautiful. But this year I'm going to put some morning glories out here and moonflowers. So I've got some blue morning glories and white moonflowers to grow on this fence. And then I'm going to get a tree. I'm going to plant a tree out here. I'm not sure where it's exactly going to be. Like right there where the path is going to go through there, but just like on the other side of the path, so it can grow up over the shed and kind of, I don't know, make a cool little walkway here. So I thought about putting one about right, no, there's the fence line right here. So right over here, planting a tree just to shade this area in, because hopefully it's going to be a really pretty little area to sit. I know it looks like a hot mess right now, but I've got an idea to make it like a cute little sit and chill spot. And I really want like a flowering cherry tree out here. I thought that would be really pretty. So anyway, today we're clearing that out. We're going to clear the back side of this fence. And I've got some brick, but I don't think I have enough to make this path. So this, I'm not sure what I'm doing with making the path. I could just brick around where I'm going to start the cut garden, because I've got some flowers. Well, I've got some seeds for the cut garden that's going around, like alongside here. So that's what I've got going on right now. This is really what I need to tackle first. And then if I have time, I'll get to the teepee. But really, this area, I've got the seeds ready to go. And if I can get it cleared up, and I was going to till it up and level it out and mark out the beds and where things are going to go. If I can get that started, that is a big accomplishment to what this looked like. I mean, just a few days ago. Like, I just started on this yesterday. And I got quite a bit done yesterday, and it didn't take me that long. Most of this stuff is just pulling out of the ground because it's dead, and it really wasn't much, but we've had a lot of rain, and the ground is really easy to get all the roots out, so hopefully it won't grow back. And I do have an old pool liner that I think I'm going to lay down in this area just to kill the grass. I probably should have done that earlier, but I really didn't get this thing cleaned and didn't even know what I was going to do with it. So that's what I'm getting done right now. So if you can see, I put this board here kind of to let me know how much room I have by the shed to start the cut garden. And that's way bigger than I thought I was going to have. And I could even narrow this path a little bit more, but I'm going to be carrying buckets of feed and stuff, so I kind of want it a little wider. I just kind of used that to kind of make a defined line on basically how wide the path was going to be. We do have that thing sitting there. It's been sitting there for 6 years. I don't think it's moved, but it's going to get moved. Looks like a bucket. So this will be the path, and I got it pretty cleared up, and that didn't take very long at all. Now I do have to cut the chicken wire down because we're only going to have that one line of fence. But right now, I'm just going to leave it up just so that I know basically where my walkway is going to be. And I really need to get this pile of wood out of here, but I'm waiting for him to come home with the tractor to move all that. And then with the flowers over there and the vines there, the table's going to be moved kind of back into that little area. But I've got to... it's a little raised up right there. I've got to get my tiller out here and level all that out. I still have the back of the fence line to get done. So another 5 minutes or so, that'll be done. But I'm kind of excited to see the path and the way it's going to kind of shape out. I think that's going to be perfect. And they'll probably put an anchoring bush right here on the corner. And then a tree over here to kind of make an archway. It's going to look really good, I hope. All right, 5 more minutes. So I got the backside of the fence line cleaned up, and it wasn't that bad. I can't believe how much different this spot looks. And it's normally just overgrown every year, and I look at it because when I sit on my porch, I look out to the backyard, and I see this monstrous of a mess and so much to do that I don't know where to get started. So if you've got an area like this that you want to get something done, and it looks daunting, just spend a little time working on it, even if it's an hour or half an hour. Just get out there and do something, and then before you know it, it's going to be cleaned up and how you want it. Like, if you had seen what this place looks like, oh my gosh. In just 2 days, probably an hour and a half, I've gotten it this far. Now, I do have a few things still left to do, just tiny little projects, cut the fence. I could probably do that if I knew where the cutters were, which I don't. I need to get him with the tractor to move this pile of wood, which will be simple. I do have a brush pile back there, but I honestly thought about starting a compost pile, a compost bin right behind the shed since it's close to the chicken coop, and the garden's not too far away if I need to cut something out, and I could put grass clippings in it. I think that's a perfect spot for a compost bin, and with all that, I just might start one. So there's, yeah, just a few things left to do out here. And once I get the wood moved and the wire cut off, I really need to get some kind of cloth down on the spot where I'm going to put the cut garden. I definitely need to get something down, even maybe just cardboard. Cardboard will probably just be fine. But just a few minutes and a half an hour's worth of work, it's so much better than I have a path now. I know where my path is going. I know where my cut garden's gonna go. I can't really move the chairs and tables back where I want them because it is bumped up, and I do have to till that, or at least shovel it and get rid of some of that soil, which I could do. I could put it in the cut garden area. And I kind of like the old wood here. I don't know, I might leave it for the border because I don't hate it. And something's got to separate because I'm not sure if I'm doing gravel through the path or stepping stones. I'm not really sure. I know I need to get something down to cover up that grass so it doesn't start growing, or the trees and things that grow. We have a pokeberry everywhere, and they get huge. I don't know, probably another half hour, 45 minutes, and this place would be cleaned up. If I had his tractor here and parked here, I could have had it cleaned up. But it looks so much better. Let me show you. So here is, and I still got a little more room to put one here, but that's where the cut garden's going to go, and that's pretty good space actually. So much more than I thought. And the path, minus these sticks and boards that I need to get out of here. I mean, I can walk the path. I couldn't walk that path when I came back here to do this. So walking the path, and then there's the chickens. And that's where the chicken coop has moved to. It's not very far from the shed, so I think that's going to work perfectly great. And I did get a fence from Premier One Fencing. But this fence was the easiest thing I probably have ever done here. I unrolled it, popped it in the ground, and within 20 minutes, I had a fence. I see why everybody raves about these. It was so simple to get a fence and not have to dig post holes, because I can't do that. I'm not going to lie, I'm not that strong. And just to be able to get a fence up to corral my chickens so they'll go in their coop at night and I don't have to wrangle them is amazing. Because if you've ever chased a chicken, they're sometimes hard to catch. I had to let them go roost and kind of just watch them. And when they roosted, I could grab them really easy. Now, the 3 little ones actually went in the coop the next night, the Americanas, but the other ones didn't. So, thinking Americanas is a pretty smart breed, guys. I am super excited about this path. Let me tell you. If I find some footage of what this looked like, I'm going to put it in, because you'll be amazed on how terrible it was before. So here's our little path back to the shed. And there we go. I did get the table and, well, it's on the grass, but that'll be fine because we're going to mow soon, I'm sure. I got the table and chairs painted. Now, it's a bright yellow. I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. It brings a little bit of color back here, but then I realize how much I don't have color at my yard at all. And I like color. I don't know why I don't have color. But you'll probably be seeing a lot more colorful pots and things come out. I do have that teal one right over there. But I think I'm going to do some cobalt blue out in this area. It'll just kind of pop with the yellow. And then the blue and white, I'll probably paint that. I'm probably going to paint the fence black. And then when the blue and the white are growing up on that, I think it's going to look really pretty with the yellow. And a flowering, either a dogwood or a cherry blossom. I'm thinking cherry blossom will look really pretty. And it'll take a while for this area to grow up and fill in. But once it does, it's going to be beautiful. When everything's up and blooming and flowers are back here, I think it's going to be a really pretty, relaxing area just to come and sit. And it overlooks the garden. If you're out here, like the garden's right over here. There's the garden. So it's going to be visible from here, and it'll be really relaxing. I can't wait to see things actually blooming and growing again. It looks all sad in the wintertime, but it's going to look a lot better. Oh, I also got that little mess right there to clean up, which I think we're going to do right now. I found some cardboard, so I think I'm going to take that back there and lay it on the path, and hopefully have enough to do the cut garden. Well, that would be amazing to have that done and no grass growing. Got the cardboard down, got the walking path cardboard down, almost far enough. A few more pieces and I'll be done. God, it's going to be beautiful when it's done.